They just sit on their asses. It's
not as if I didn't tell them that
already.
Idiots.
There comes a point when you just have to live with it.
We always go to scum.
Monsieur? Sir?
Walk west.
Walk blessed.
I proved that.
Yes?
An outlander? Isn't this nice?
Hey, wait a moment. You're the Naramis, aren't you? The Outlander. Well, let's put it this way. I have a pair of eyes here and there, and it's always good to know who comes into this city and when they do so. Help. You're an unfamiliar face, and this is just what I need. Let me make it short. I'm a businessman, and my specialties are the liquid pleasures. Beer, to call a child by its name. In Ark, most inns only pour 2 drinks. On the one hand, my beer. On the other hand, Rivervale Ale. Dalsarker honey wine is what they like to call that swill. Now, the thing is, the Rivervale Brewery and I have a deal going. And unfortunately, the new vine dresser respects that deal as much as the Rolata respect the righteous path. And this is why I want your help. I need someone to aid me in serving some retributive justice, so to speak. A lot. Depending on how good you do, we can even talk about letting you in as a shareholder of my brewery. With small parts, of course. But as I said, that depends on how you do. Now look at that. Aren't you curious? That's good. I like that. It's simple. 7 barrels of beer per tavern and per week from me. 7 barrels of wine from him. No tricks. Correct. That way, we maintain balance. Should an inn order more than these 7 barrels, either I or the vinery inform each other about it first. The fact is, that new vine dresser doesn't care about that deal at all. All he does is walk around saying things like how he'll grow the business, how rivalry adds spice, and other Kalian horse shit like that. And unfortunately, some people seem to fall for him. One innkeeper hasn't ordered from me for 3 weeks, and now pours only ale instead. Wonderful! Here, this is a flask of highly concentrated vinegar. Sneak into the basement of Fat Leorin's Inn. That's one of the inns that fools talked into only buying ale. And pour that into the big mead barrel. And, I probably don't need to say this, but still, not a word to anyone. Get back to me once it's all taken care of, and we'll talk coin.
Walk west.
City. The commander wants to see you.
Commander Aaron, you mean? Why?
Nothing to be scared of, I'm sure. At least it didn't sound like
some people just don't know their path.
We're watching you. Why are you stopping?
Move along. War, after all these centuries, it's just plain crazy.
Look at that. Another snob from the surface.
All you got?
You fucking scum! You'll pay for that!
Damn you! That's all you got?
Like the bite of a flea.
Move along.
Finally, some fun. You fucking scum! You'll pay for that!
Wait. Someone's there. Uh-huh.
Pity. He was a good man. Stupid sh... All of them. Observe, don't feel.
Walk blessed.
Ah,
Yes?
work. Life isn't easy.
Eternally tormented in agony and pain, their suffering and despair, an endless wicked way.
What do you want? Come, give it a try.
No fake belief or creed.
Well, that's just how he is. Always talking wrong.
For every evil deed, their life was corrupted with depravity. In death, they are lost ones for eternity. In shame they passed away, and newly they were born. Instead of feeling humble, they only laughed with scorn. Downfall started over.
Hi. What? Who are you? And what are you doing with that beautiful barrel? That is nice of you, you know. But I think today is your lucky day. For 50 pennies, I will forget what I saw here. Of course not. What do you think? Thanks a lot.
Was corrupted with depravity. In death they are lost ones for eternity. Beware of corruption and depravity, or else you're a lost one for eternity.
Well, that's just how he is, always stoking rot.
There are only 200 people.
My sir?
Lies on the edge of a solitary cliff.
An outlander? What are you doing in this part of the... What? You're a foreigner, aren't you? You couldn't have picked a better time to come to Enderal. Recently, the Order has started to let pathless ones and people from the Undercity become keepers. So much for tradition and values. An outlander? What are you doing in this part of the city? Shouldn't you be... I don't know. An outlander?
Well,
happened that already.
there comes a point when you just have to live with it.
We always go too easy on the scum.
Walk blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Work.
Oh, you're not from around here, are you? I thought I heard an accent there. Not a place I would recommend you visit. Well, it was a massacre, and up to this day the valley's still littered with bones. My mother always had a liking for this story, which is probably part of why she built her hut there. Strange? Yeah, that's how she is.
Walk blessed.
Wonderful. I can't wait to see what that stupid innkeeper has to say about the Rivervale Ale after tonight. Here's your reward, 40 pennies. And, as promised, a paper that marks you as a shareholder of the brewery. That should keep you motivated to stay silent about this in the meantime. Alright, I suppose you're right. Here's a little extra. But just be more careful in the future.
Work.
Move along.
Is it important?
Is it important? I don't have time to talk.
Now look at that. If it isn't my new friend. What brings you here? Have you also been granted an audience by the most pleasant living person in the civilized world? Well, certainly not the fabled king of old Aranath. But yes, after 3 days of keeping me waiting, the great DeLorean has finally deigned to see me. I suppose I should feel honored. What brings you here? More errands? Oh, really? Fill me in. Wait a second.
I really need that new
What?
herbal essence for my hair.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Not now.
Walk blessed, my sir.
Men, that's just how they are.
Just where did I put it? You miserable, two-faced bastard! Don't you have any respect?
I could ask you the same thing.
I just had a talk with your esteemed protector over here. Have I heard correctly that you seriously believe we have something to do with the ambush on your caravan?
We will talk about this later. And no, my Dame Onalis.
Now, a good pipe of peace.
What I believe is that there have been a series of peculiar coincidences, which we are investigating. No more, no less.
Peculiar coincidences. I see. As peculiar as the fact that you coincidentally forgot to inform us that the Scarabaeus has been stolen by a bunch of bandits?
Leave. Now.
The Blue Islands Coalition will learn of this accusation. Be sure of that.
One word. Why? Uh-huh. Listen to me. You have free will, and I respect that. But if you want to continue working for the Sickle, you will promise me here and now that something like this will never happen again. Else we part ways, understood? I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to think the next time you're about to do something as foolish as that. But I forgive you. Now, give me the ingredients for the poison. I will give them to the apothecarius at once. How does the saying go? Those who've lost the path shout the loudest. If there were nothing to our assumptions, she would have stayed calm. But still, we need to know for certain. The question is when. I assume Onalis will contact them by letter. But even if she hires a myriad courier to carry it, it will be days until the Kalayans get it. Until then, we won't know for sure. Here's your pay. You will hear from me once there's news.
Work.
Yes?
Now get lost before I lose it!
Is it important?
Oh, hello. I haven't seen you. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Walk blessed.
Walk blessed. Aye, sure. Take your time. It's not as if there's much to do down here anyway. May his light guide you.
I just don't...
Greetings. Aye, sure. Take your time. It's not as if there's much to do down here anyway. His light guide you.
Work.
Yes?
Uh-huh. Now, I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it. Walk blessed. Yeah? What do you... Now, I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it. Walk blessed.
Yes?
No, I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it. Walk blessed. Bloody weather.
Hungry?
Light
I've got
fades
just what
away
a
at the
traveler
end of
needs.
the day. Ta-dum-dum.
Take a look.
Hammers, daggers, swords, the best from the in archipelago to looking for steel. Everything for the path-abiding soldier. Coming in. Everything for the path-abiding soldier. Looking for steel? I can provide.
Yeah. How may I be of service? Of course. Yes. Of course.
Yeah, as if.
All for the well-dressed Monsieur, and my dame, of course. Walk all your heart could ever desire. Take a look. Make His light guide you. Come back if you find the time.
Is it important?
Walk blessed, my sir. How can Sylvan and friends serve you today? You do? Let me have a look. Very well, this looks solid. We will add any future gains from this holding to your vault. Hello, how may I be of service? Of course. A wise decision. Walk blessed, my sir. How can Sylvan and friends serve you today? Of course. Walk blessed, my sir. How can Sylvan and friends serve you today?
Wait, I think I know you. You helped the Grandmaster crush those Naramis back.
Oh, there you are. Did you find it?
Thou art my light, my glimmer at the... Listen, thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor, in life as in death.
Now look who's here. So, my child, I know you still didn't find it. You think you know what you're doing. But the truth is, you're still wandering through the mist, just like all the others. Yes, that is what you believe. You know, it would be so easy to see the truth, to feel it, if you, for all your heroism, had not forgotten one thing. To listen. Come, let me show you what I mean. There we go. Sit down and let us listen to the silence. Okay, fine. I get it. You know you have sinned, and that's why you're lying. But look, honey, I'm your husband, and I deserve the truth. Lying is a sin. You know that as well as I do. And you also know the position this puts me in.
What else do you want me to say? It's ours! Yours!
Mine? You make me unhappy. You know that. You make me very, very unhappy. Next time it's going to hurt. Whose child is it? Oh, Lord, is this what I get for my piety? All these years I sacrificed myself for this family. I toiled, I buried my dreams, and all of it because I wanted them to be happy. And now my own witch betrays me and carries another one's fruit in her belly. But no, as if that weren't enough, she denies me the truth. Me, her own husband. Just what am I supposed to do now, Lord? I beg you, tell me. What shall I do? Yes, of course, Lord. You are right. How could I be so blind? The Creator has spoken to me, honey. A child born of sin is tainted. And this is why we will drown it. Yes, that's what we'll do. As soon as it's out, we'll put it in the trough.
You're a monster! You're a goddamned monster!
I beg your pardon.
No,
I think you just said something that would have made me really unhappy. But unfortunately, I didn't hear you loudly enough. So please, be so kind as to say it again. What? I can't hear you, darling. I can't hear you! So tell me, my child, how does it feel to be powerless? How does it feel having to watch and not being able to do anything? No, but now you can, can't you? But there's no more time, silly. I have to go now, forever. It's been so long since I last ate, and I'm craving a slice of meat. Bloody, crisp meat. Goodbye.
Hey, Saira, wake up! What's the matter? What? But we will. You found the black stones, Saira, and we'll use them to banish the High Ones, no matter how hard this Quarak tries to stop us. But first of all, calm down a little. Well, because I heard you screaming, I suppose? And both Sharim and the Archmagister were asking for you. Apparently they have a clue as to where to find this Numenos. You should go see them as soon as possible. No, they're in the Chronicum. One more thing before you go, though. There's something I need to ask you. The mercenary. Sorry for asking, but how do you feel about him? I was just curious. Thanks for being honest with me. Anyway, we'll talk again later. Take it slow. You don't look too well. Yes?
This is where your path ends and where it begins. In the golden twilight, the relief.
What?
Sounds to me as if we'd risk a lot for just a ghost of a chance. I'm not sure if this is wise.
No chance is better than two. That's how the saying goes. You should talk to the Grandmaster. He called for you.
Did he now? How nice. Then I suppose I'll answer the holy call of duty. Walk blessed, Archmagister. Ah, Prophet. If you have a moment, I'd like to talk. Just come upstairs when you find the time.
There you are. Have you recovered? Well, I suppose as good as can be expected under our circumstances. The Truchessus sent half our Arcanists to reinforce the gate sigil, which makes working on the beacon harder, of course. Furthermore, the nightmares have become worse, and more reports of the Red Madness are coming in. It's tragic. Truly tragic. Yes, citizens are disappearing from the city, and our outposts are finding them in the wilderness, starving and delirious. And even worse, they are extremely violent. Take care if you're on the road. Oh yes, without any doubt. The war has made things far worse. It's almost as if the High Ones draw strength from the chaos. Or maybe it's a sign that the cleansing is approaching. I don't know. Well, let's say we have a lead to a place where we could find a lead. But let me start at the beginning. While you were sleeping, someone tried to break into the storehouse of the garrison. A starling named Kamai. Well, brace yourself. He said he was looking for Shadow Steel, because he's been working on a starship for 2 decades now. He wants to use it to find the forgotten homeland of his people. Yes, Doesn't it ring a bell? The Star People believe that their ancestors were born in a forgotten place among the stars. A place without war or hunger, where everyone lives in perfect harmony. All the technology, all the machines that we owe to them were invented to help them get back to this place. A very nostalgic idea. It really is, but unfortunately, a lot of Star People have died in that quest. Their starships have crashed, or they simply disappeared. Up until now, no one has ever found the Star City. Kumai, however, claims that he can do it. Well, bear with me. At first, of course, we all considered him insane. He was begging and pleading and insisting that he was just an inch from finishing his ship, and that it really could get him to the Star City. Well, unlike the others, the Grandmaster listened to him, and he ordered the scouts in Duneville to look for the cave where he claimed his workshop was. And you won't believe it, but they found out two things. First of all, the ship really does exist. And secondly, he says he used ancient Starling plans to construct the ship, which were handed down for generations in Anku, the Starling city on Nerim. We had a look at them. They look very similar to the plans we used to construct the beacon. Well, either that, or the ones who created the beacon also helped the Ancient Fathers build the Star City. There's no way to know for sure, but either way, what it does mean is that the Ancient Fathers must have known about the cycle, and therefore about the High Ones and the cleansing. Well, let's put it this way. If anybody knows, it's them, and it's definitely the best lead we have found so far. So, in other words, what that means is that we need to help this Kumai finish his ship, and that we will accompany him on his journey to the Star City. Just imagine if it works. A city in the stars that has lasted for millennia. It's unbelievable, truly unbelievable. You make it sound so easy. But in a nutshell, yes, that's what we need to do. First, you should visit Kamai's workshop in the Powder Desert. The Grand Master and some Arcanists have already left. And needless to say, be vigilant when outside the city. The Nerimese might not be careless enough to have their camp right in front of the gates, but they have established outposts all over Enderal, as you have undoubtedly already noticed. You are familiar with teleport magic, aren't you? Here. Take this scroll. It will transport you directly to the Powder Desert. I need to get back to my studies now. The more we learn about the beacon, the more fascinating it becomes.
Pathlessness wherever you look.
This just doesn't make any sense.
Where is this supposed to
Why
lead?
can't it ever be easy? Yes, that just might work.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
There you are. The Shari brought that map from some Parayan ruin a couple of weeks ago. Looks confusing, doesn't it? She said it contains more knowledge about the Parayans than all the tomes in the Sun Temple's library put together. And now she's gone. Just like Constantine. It still feels surreal. Well, let us say that I have been thinking a lot. about the decisions we make in life and where they lead us. But let's not talk about that now. I did, yes, because I require your help in a personal matter. There hasn't been a good time since the Red Madness broke out. And believe me, I wouldn't bother you with this if it weren't important. Hard to explain. Come. Fair enough. Where do I start? Imagine the following scenario. You're in an old fortress. Suddenly a door opens and a bandit charges in. Before you even realize what is happening, he raises his bow, nocks an arrow, and fires it straight at your throat. What happens next? That is one possibility, yes. It might be the one you would experience. The truth, however, is a bit more complex than that. Reality branches off into millions of new realities. One in which the bandit kills you, one in which he gets hit by a falling piece of rubble from the ceiling, one in which a tunnel spider jumps out from the shadows and kills him. The possibilities are endless. Everything that can happen will happen, and creates a new eventuality in the process, another reality. In a million others, yes. There might even be one where a magical anomaly suddenly transforms the bandit into a myriad. Everything that can happen will happen. This is the nature of our universe. I'm getting there. I assume you know that this mechanism is also the reason for the existence of magic. An Arcanist is able to transport eventualities from one reality into another, and thus perform feats considered supernatural. So far, so good. But what if there were a way to not only bring elements of other eventualities into ours, but to travel these other realities physically? I am indeed. Well, this is where it gets exciting, isn't it? With the Planeswalker. Come, let us sit. Have you ever heard of the name Dalmaric? That's the one. What hardly anyone knows, however, is that Dalmaric's experiments reached far beyond the Sunwheel. Among other things, he worked on a device called the Planeswalker, a combination of Endralian mentalism and Paraean technology. Temporarily, yes. Sadly, Dalmaric never had the chance to finish it, since he was too busy blowing up Thalgard. Lashari? No. Even if we were to find a reality where she didn't die, we couldn't bring her back. Suffice it to say that there is something I need to see. Something I want to see. To be honest, it wasn't my intention to drag someone else into this. But there's no other choice, so here we are. It could, but not that much. Other than what I'm planning to use the Planeswalker for, we lack a concrete plan for using it against the cycle. The only thing we could do with it is use it to blindly glimpse into other realities, and hope that we can gain information in the few moments we have there. And for reasons I will elaborate on later, traveling into other realities is quite dangerous. In other words, it's not worth the risk. No, Prophet. Our fight against the High Ones is one we'll have to fight in this world. There's no way around that. We should, yes. But let me reassure you that this endeavor won't take up too much of our time. And as I've already said, I would not bother you with this if it weren't important. Indeed. It would mean a lot to me, if that's worth anything to you. Well, first of all, we need to acquire 2 materials I wasn't able to find here in Ark. The ether crystal, and a special kind of alloy. According to my research, Dalmaric's old laboratory in Thalgard would be a good place to start our search. Yes, I'll tell you more about it later. You mean Jekyll and Mjorl? Yes, they could. But their magical talents aren't anywhere near powerful enough to help with the activation ritual. Also, son knows why, I can't help but feel a certain amount of trust towards you. Right in the middle of Thalgard's contaminated areas, so it will be dangerous. You have a map, don't you? Here. That's where we should find the entrance. I have some preparations to make first, so let us meet there shortly. Ah, and one more thing. I would appreciate it if we could keep this matter between you and I for now. I know I've said it before, but this mission is personal, and I'd rather not have to justify it to Aranthiel. Firstly, because it's a personal matter. Secondly, it's too much of a risk as long as Khalim and his helper are still sauntering about. The less people know of this mission, the better. The essentials. Well, suffice it to say that what happened to Leshari and Constantine have made me question certain things. I know that they gave their lives for the greater good, but frankly, there have been times when I've found it hard to stay true to our cause. I am hoping that what I'll find over there will help me regain some sense of purpose. Yes, I know, probably not the answer you were hoping for, but it's the best I can do for now. Forgive me. Oh, that's complicated. We'll talk about it once we get there. We will. I will meet you in Thalgard.